we learn more about how to graph these trig functions, we start to see some extra numbers in the equation other than that a value and the b value that we first learned about. In this equation, y equals 3 plus the sine of x, we have this number out front that's not right in front of the sine like we were used to seeing our amplitude. It's not right in front of the x where our b value is. So what is this extra number out there? So if we have a number that is separated from the sine or cosine with addition or subtraction, this is a vertical shift. Now vertical shifts, well, I'll talk about that in a second. When we graph this, we're going to start by still finding the two main things we needed before. The amplitude, that's the number right in front of the sine of x, which is a 1. And the period we find by doing 2 pi over b. And in this case, our b value is 1, so we have 2 pi. So then we see that there's this extra number, that 3 out front, separated by addition. So that tells me that we have a vertical shift. Now vertical shift is very straightforward. If it's a positive 3 or a negative 3, that will tell us if we go up or down. So a positive 3 is going to have us take our entire graph and shift it up 3 spaces. So the way that I approach these graphs is I will plot points, I'll actually draw x's for the original graph without any of the shifting, and then I'm going to shift the points one by one up 3. So this is a sine graph, which I know goes through the origin. So I know I'm going to be going through there. The period is 2 pi, so I go out 2 pi. There's my next point. I also know that it will cross the x-axis halfway between those. And then we need the amplitude of 1. So halfway between 0 and pi, we're up at a positive 1. Halfway between pi and 2 pi, we're down here to negative 1. So we can see that we have the sine curve shape, like that, on our graph. And now we pay attention to the shifting that we said we have. We have to shift these points all up 3 spaces. So point by point, you know, if I take this point of the origin and just go up 3, the new point is going to be there. So every single point, you know, you just count up 3 and we get our new curve, which looks just like the old one. It's just shifted around a little bit. This is one of those translations. That is one cycle. You want to make sure you're able to do 2 cycles of this. So I know if I go 2 pi to the left, that would be the start of a cycle. Halfway will be at that same level, and then I can get my other points. You know, make sure when you do the second cycle that it does look continuous with that first one, and that we have 2 cycles of our sine curve with a vertical shift up 3.